Today we're going to be learning how to use Popplet. You can access Popplet on your computer at www.popplet.com or by using the app version on your iPad. Popplet is a really cool tool that you can use to organize information visually. This can be very useful for presenting projects, as an organizational tool for assignments or group projects, and for visualizing relationships between ideas, images, and videos. One really cool thing about the site is that you can see lots of different examples of Popplets made by other users. For example, this one shows some facts about Earth. This can be useful to give you subject or design ideas, and they might have useful information about something you're studying, so that's a cool thing to browse. You can even view a whole library of public Popplets here. But we're going to make our own Popplet, so just click right here where it says Make New Popplet. And now we have to give our Popplet a title, so I'm going to make this one about Doctor Who. And then I have to choose a color to be the main color, and you get to change this later if you want. So I'm going to make it pink. And then you just click right here where it says Make It So. And that brings us to our main editing screen. You see we've got the title up here and the main color pink. Now let's say I decide I don't like pink. I just click on this color swatch here, and then I can change the color. So I can make it orange, I can make it gray. Let's have it be gray. Now the first thing we're going to want to do is make our first popple. So I just double click and this little box pops up. And in here I can type what I want to put in. So I'm going to make one for the doctor. Now this is going to be one of my main subjects. So I'm going to make the font bigger, and do that by clicking on this A here, and then clicking larger. In this area, you can make the font smaller or larger, you can justify left or right, and now I'm also just going to make the box a little bit larger here by clicking on the corner and dragging. In this area, you can also click here to draw in your popple. If you click here, you can add an image or a video from Vimeo or YouTube. And you can also change the color of the popple itself. So I'm going to make this one red. So that makes the border red. Now, once we're done with our popple, we can move it around the screen by clicking and dragging. We can also move the screen around by clicking on the screen and dragging the mouse around. So, let's just add, I'm going to add a couple more text ones just to get us started. The next thing we're going to try doing is adding some pictures. So to add a picture, you just make a popple like you would normally by double-clicking. And then instead of typing text, you click on the Upload Things button here. And this gives you the option of uploading a video from Vimeo or YouTube, or adding an image from your computer. Now if you click on Vimeo or YouTube, it'll bring up a screen in the corner that'll allow you to browse for a video or to add in a URL for a video you already have, and then it'll embed it right there in the popple. But we're going to add an image from my computer, so I'll click right over here. Okay, so I've added the picture from my computer and it shows up. Now I can move this around anywhere I want. And since the picture connects to this word topic, I can just click onto this circle here and drag it over to make a link. And then you can link items together. Now I'm just going to add a couple more images and links just to flesh things out. So now we've got our pictures, and another cool thing that you can do is you can add text on pictures. So you've got your picture, and you just click here, and then you click on to where it says type stuff, and you can add a caption. So I can write anything I want. There. So I'm going to add some captions to some of my other pictures. There. So now let's say that we decide that we didn't want this over here. We just click, and then click on this little X here, and then we can delete. So there we go. Now another cool thing that you can do on Popplet is that you can add comments. So if there's something that you want to write, but you don't necessarily want it to display on the main screen, click this little speech bubble here, and it'll bring up another screen for comments. So we can add a comment here. And then just click Add This Comment, and it'll show up underneath. We can add another comment. And they'll all show up underneath. And then now when we go back to the main screen, this little speech bubble here will show us that we have a comment, but the comment itself won't actually appear on the screen. Now this is really useful for you to provide notes for yourself if you're doing a presentation, or if you want to provide more in-depth information or citations, but you don't want to clutter up the screen. So those are just a few of the things that you can do with Popplet. Now we're finished making this Popplet for now, so we can go over to the settings and we can choose to export it as a PDF or a JPEG if we want to save it on our computer, or we can choose here to print it out. We also have the option over here of sharing the Popplet or adding collaborators to the Popplet. So if we want to make it public for anyone to view, or if we're working on a group project and we want to work on it with others, we can click share to do that. But for now, we'll just go back to our home page by clicking the home button. So you can see, here's our Popplet that we just made. On the trial version of Popplet, you can have up to 5 Popplets. So if we wanted to make a 6th after that, we'd have to delete one of the old ones. And if you ever want to go back and edit a Popplet, you just click on it, and it brings up the editor so you can continue working. So that's Popplet. It's a really great and fun tool, and I hope you enjoy using it.